and it's just after 5 o'clock. I got out of my last class a little quicker than I anticipated. Hunting the same stand I hunted a couple days ago. We got standing corn right here, Nebraska food plot down there, new seeding, and then a little bit more standing corn. And main goal is tonight to get close enough to a big mature doe to stick her with a recurve again. Okay, good. There's no deer out in the food plot, so I'm gonna get all the cameras set up, climb up into the stand. It's freaking hot out. It's over 70 degrees, but has not stopped the deer from coming out to feed before dark. So we're gonna get set up. Okay, so we are officially set up in the stand. All the cameras are in place. I have a GoPro over here and a GoPro over here. So if the deer, big doe, walks in between me and it, I can schwack it with the old recurve. We got a wind out of the southwest, which is good for the cornfield, bad for the food plot. But oh, there's a freaking woodchuck out there. That little maybe I should just make a stock on that and kill that little sucker. He's one of the few survivors on the farm this summer. If any of you guys watch the woodchuck slaying videos, I guarantee him, his entire family and extended family is indeed dead. I'm pretty sure he's like the lone survivor out there. But anyways, I was saying we have a good wind, and I will be slinging an arrow at any doe that's mature that walks within 25 yards of me. So we'll turn you back on here in a little bit when stuff gets right out. Okay, I'm going to take a little time. I'm going to go through the past 5 or 6 hunts on my YouTube channel. I'm going to answer a bunch of questions that people have and kill some time here. It says, Dean Gauntlet, it says, great shot, great video. Would I be right in thinking you were a little excited? Absolutely. I was, like I said, I was high on life. It's a feeling like no other. Jay Heath asked what type of broadheads I'm using with my recurve. I'm using 150 grain Wasp. Zach Wagler, he talks about wanting to get into recurve hunting and using traditional archery equipment. He says he can't afford a compound. What's the price for a decent recurve? Well, I paid, I believe, $300 for mine, and they have Bob Lee's and obviously Fred Bear's. They have, you can pay whatever you want for a recurve. I mean, if you want to pay $1,000, I'm sure they make recurves that cost you $1,000. Steve Minich, I think that's how you say his name. He said, high on life, with quotes. Other than Kaylee, what else do you need? You hit the nail on the head. I mean, what else? Life can't get any better than it is right now. I got Kaylee, I got archery hunting, I got waterfowl hunting, I got everything I need. Great family, great friends. It don't get much better. Connor Bartz just asked what WMU I'm in. I'm in 9J. John Blackie asked if I'm still getting my hit list bucks on camera, and he talks about how his bucks usually end up disappearing, you know, after a couple weeks in October. To answer that question, yes, I'm actually starting to get more pictures of them in certain spots, and then some of the bucks I'm getting less pictures of. But bucks like the ghost that I only had one picture of, I have tons of pictures of that buck now, which I'll send through on the video right now. I've been getting a lot of pictures of him lately. G2 buck, I've got a lot of pictures of him. So I know where you're coming from with that question, and I know that some bucks do disappear when they change their deals, but as of right now, for me, I'm still getting pictures of my hitless bucks. And that's another thing. In the early season, I don't go in the woods after them. I only hunt edges. I try to stay out of the woods. I don't want to go in after them. I don't want to screw them up. I don't want to bump them. Now, when it gets toward the end of October, I'll get serious about it and start going after them. But as of right now, I'm having a great time trying to kill doe with my recurve. Tom Gummersell asked if I've had any decent class bucks on my trail cam or that I've laid eyes on hunting. Last night I saw a decent buck. I think he was only a 2.5-year-old, but he was a nice buck, a nice 8-point, right at dark, and I'm sure a lot of you guys watched it on my last video. But other than that, I'm seeing a lot of good bucks on my trail cameras, a lot of my hitless bucks. They're not really moving, during daylight yet, but eventually they will be. And then he says, speaking of being winded, are you using leather boots or rubber ones? I always use rubber boots. And he goes on to talk about how I could conceal my scent. I usually leave all my clothes and stuff outside in the leaves and stuff when it's not raining, just to... That woodchuck's getting closer. But I try to do as good as I can with the scent. But in all reality, if an 8-year-old doe goes downwind of you, she is gonna smell you. I don't care what you have on, what you're wearing, or what you've done to make yourself scent free. Even if you have one of those ozonics things, that doe is gonna smell you. Now, I've had bucks during the rut come from a mile away, right downwind of me, right up to my tree, not give a crap. It's because they're in a different mindset. I truly believe that killing a big doe is harder than killing, a buck of any sort, in my opinion. I mean, these does will pick you apart. They've seen it all. Okay, so I'll go on with some more questions here. This guy says, you don't wear a harness, you're nuts. And I don't. To answer that, I do wear harnesses, but only in very certain types of situations. If it's a tree that I truly feel like I'm uncomfortable and I could possibly fall out of it, I will wear a harness, but I don't set tree stands up like that. The tree stands I set up are really big, bulky. They have a safety bar around them. I'm totally comfortable. I don't have no fear whatsoever of falling out of these tree stands. Even if I fell asleep and slumped over, I couldn't fall out of this thing, or a lot of them. But there are a few tree stands that I hunt during the rut when I go in after these deer that you will see me with a harness on. So that's kind of answers that question. Keaton Shively asks, are you using a leather finger tab or a 3-finger glove? 3-finger glove. I've tried the leather tab and I'm just too used to the glove. I like using the glove. D-Rock says, I realize it's not season, but I want to see you nail one right in the dome with your 300 Win Mag. Steve Minich asks, when do you find time to sleep? More coffee with a question mark. Yeah, I really don't sleep too much. I pretty much hunt and try to study as much as I can in there and get my homework done, and love up on my old lady as much as I can in between all that to keep her happy. So it's kind of what I do. That's pretty much it on all the questions that I've had the past 5 or 6 days on my archery hunt videos. I'm going to try to do this more often. If you guys have any questions, it gets overwhelming on my channel to try to answer everybody. There's just so many comments, but I'm going to do this during a lot of my upcoming hunts, is just answer questions guys have. So feel free to answer whatever and I will answer it. And that's that. Hopefully some deer start coming out. It'd probably be better if I quit talking, right? Hunt number 7 is in the books. I had a really good night. I saw 4 different bucks. One 2.5-year-old 8-point that just kind of looked busted up maybe a little bit. He ended up getting really close to me, but it was pitch black. That's why I kind of waited quite a while to try to let him work away before I got out of my stand and really boogered him up. Not that I would shoot him anyways, but yeah. Best part was I had my Thermacell, so I didn't get freaking smoke like if you see all these marks on my forehead like previous times. I never got bit by a mosquito, never got cold. Really enjoyable time. But I had a trail camera right under that stand over the brassica food plot. I grabbed the card out of that, so I'll end this video showing you all the pictures that were on that card, and I'll be back after them in the morning. We'll see what the morning brings, and I'll bring you another video. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'll have more coming soon.